The Monte and the Pharaoh Show is brought to you by...
Because wine is your second favorite four-letter word. California wine, New York attitude. Good fucking wine.
Yeah.
Was it from childhood that you were a fan? Like, did it come through family members that you became a fan, or how'd you become a fan of 49ers?
I'm born in San Francisco, so my whole family are big
Yeah.
Niners.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
there you go.
Yeah. So does that go for you too?
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, we're New Yorkers. You know, my father was from the Bronx. I'm a Yankee fan. He liked Joe Namath, who didn't in 1969. So
Yeah.
that's how it worked for me. I rooted for my father's teams, just like, in general. We're
Yeah.
trapped with the Jets. We're 50-something-year-old guys, and we ain't seen crap because we were like 2 years old when Joe won. So it's torture. It's torture. You've been blessed with the greatest winner because I'm still taking Joe Montana against Tom Brady if I've got one game. So there
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
But
go,
you know
Mike.
where Tom Brady is actually from the Bay Area too. So
Oh, Jesus.
I'm like
Oh.
maybe I'm like he's from San Bruno. So I'm like maybe deep down inside he's a Niners fan.
Well, I tell you what, he sure played like Joe Cool for the most part. Unless your name's Eli Manning, he pretty much had it trouble-free for the most part.
Look
Yeah.
at Jimmy trying to get his New York hit
What?
on that one. Come on, stop with the Eli
What
stuff.
are you talking about, Mark? You're like, let's preempt the berserker. Go on.
So, Jordan, growing up in California, right? What was it? I'm assuming you're much younger than us. What was it like growing up in California?
So where I live is not really honestly the greatest. Vallejo is not the greatest area. So don't think it's like going to the beach or anything like that in this part. It's not San Diego, like what we talked about earlier. Um it's basically more of a hustle. Like you learn how to make money, you keep grinding. That's honestly what it taught me here. It's more independence. The Bay Area is a very hustling area.
Well,
Similar to like New York, like how New York, you just have to grind.
What's the population there? Just give me an idea of how many people are there.
In Vallejo, or
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I've never looked that up, honestly. I
I'm just
don't
wondering.
know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how sardined you guys are compared to like Long Island. Mike, there's millions of people sandwiched into Long Island, so I'm just trying to get a
Yeah,
well,
'cause
feel for it.
this is a smaller city, but it's not too congested though.
Okay.
so
Mhm.
Jordan, I guess I want to ask you though. So, growing up, your parents are from California.
So actually, my mom, she's from San Francisco, and my dad is from Jordan, the country Jordan.
Oh, really? Can you elaborate
Yes.
more on that? Like, they're
Um, so I'm Middle Eastern. My dad is Jordanian, and my mom is Lebanese.
wow. And so did they migrate over to the United States, or were they born and raised here?
So my dad migrated over here, but my mom was born and raised here. So
So
my grandma knew. It's kind of confusing to explain, but my grandma married my grandpa, of course, though, and he had a brother, which married my dad's sister. So then they kind of introduced my dad to my mom.
okay.
Hmm.
So like I said, we're a wrestling show, but we kind of get into other things. So this is very interesting to me. So your father is an immigrant coming to the country. So considering what's happening in today's environment in the United States with the whole immigration issues, that whether you're against it or for it, that's not my question. Well, it is for you. Is that how do you feel about people's stances on immigration at this point?
You know what? I'm very like 50-50 on it. So I understand people coming from other countries to make more money and have better opportunities for their families and stuff. But then I'm also against it if they come here and it's for crime and taking up other opportunities for the citizens as well. So I'm very, very 50-50 on it. I could definitely see both ways.
So I'll even go a little further with you. Being from California, right? It's definitely much easier to migrate over from Mexico and things like that,
Mhm.
which you just said you had to do a hustle. So was that troublesome for you, considering that you're trying to make a life? And I'm assuming, did you grow up? Could you maybe explain how was your life? Was it just a moderate lifestyle growing up? Was it on the
So
poorer end, or?
yeah, so my parents divorced young. My mom and dad, well, my dad and mom basically had an arranged marriage. My mom knew who she was going to marry when she was in high school. And when she was old enough to like finally say like I don't want this, she actually divorced, and that's against our culture. So it's not very common in the Middle Eastern culture. You don't divorce. And so she did. She went against religious beliefs and did what she had to do. So her family basically disowned her for doing it at the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
Yeah.
And so disowned her at the time. So she raised me and my brothers as a single mother. So I guess that's when I say like the more hustling and making a living comes in is because we were raised by a single mom. So we kind of had to work young and find ways to make money to help her.
Did you see your father at all after that, considering how
So
what?
we he would come every Sunday, and then slowly started to be less and less, and then he ended up just going to Jordan and came back for 2 years, and we didn't know why or where he was at, and came back fully married, and we're like, what? Who is this lady? And we just went to his house and we seen wedding pictures hanging up on his wall. We're like, who is this?
Oof. At least you can laugh about it. Did any of
You
those?
know what?
It's
You
better
gotta,
to laugh. The alternative sucks. I hear you. You know.
yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta
No,
like
I
make the
agree.
best out of everything.
Did any of the family members ever come back? The ones that disavowed and stuff. I
They
understand what.
did. My
Yeah.
grandma
Thank you.
did.
There you
Yeah,
go. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. So my grandma ended up like after the whole. So they brought priest over. I remember this when I was young. Like priest over to the home to try to
Jeez.
like.
To
you
try to what?
to
To what?
pray and tell her that
Oh.
it's like a bad thing and this
Okay.
yeah. And so after like many years later my grandma came back, and you know we're super close to her and everything like that. You can't really like hold grudges because all they know they I feel like the more that my grandma lived here, the more I feel like she was like, accepting to like the westernized culture.
Sure.
Oh,
Sure.
there you guys go. You guys kind of disappeared.
No, we were featuring you. We digress.
That's right. No one wants to look at us, Jordan. Trust me.
Yeah, yeah. See the old guy above me. He's above me. This is like the Brady Bunch. If I look up, I see you. There we
You
go.
okay? Yeah, so I feel like she became a little bit more westernized, so it was a little bit more accepting.
Sure.
And
Of
then the
course.
funny thing is, after my mom kind of went through all that, her cousin started to get divorced and all this and that, so she kind of started to break a little like
Mm-hmm.
curse on the arranged marriage. You know, I can only imagine having to go through that.
Well, let me
What?
ask you this, Jordan. Your mom's like a